and Dagenham and all his money. He doesn't really like Ford Escorts back in problems, believe me.
Escort Cosworth on the third. Oh, I'm sorry. Many of the other ones. One Escort, one Escort, and the Escort Cosworth. Other than that, I'm really sorry.
Okay, to all the Ford lovers out there, you know where he is, you know how to get him. Guys, Escort Cosworth is crazy, and you're about to see it. It's their 20th anniversary. Let's have a look.
The Ford Escort Cosworth is a legend in the automotive industry, and to properly explain why, we have to go into a bit of its history. The Ford plant in Dagenham is renowned as the birthplace of the legendary Cosworth. Therefore, it became the immediate love of people from Essex, as it was made in their backyard. As a vehicle, it was incredibly garish, compared to many of the other cars in the industry. This model really stood out with its huge flared arches and massive rear spoiler. It's truly an example of Ford allowing their team to bring their crazy rally ideas for the little Escort and take it to the streets. However, this vehicle was not all show. It was packed with a YBT engine, based on the Sierra Sapphire four-wheel drive Cosworth unit. Although the Escort Cosworth looks similar to the standard Escorts, there are many slight alterations that the general public don't know about. The best example of this is that underneath it's actually running the floor pan of its bigger brother, the Sierra Cosworth. Adapting the car shell to the Sierra floor pan made the rear quarter panel slightly longer. Simple little things like this improve the handling of the car by improving weight distribution and vehicle balance in high-speed cornering. With the extensive work done to this car, Ford made their pocket rocket, more agile and balanced than most other vehicles built in the same period. We joined a couple of Escort Cosworth clubs on Saturday the 14th of April to celebrate the 20th anniversary of this mighty beast. Sadly, the day did not start out well. As most of us know, some Cosworth owners will never take out their car when it's wet. Luckily, the weather changed for the better and it was to be a great turnout. As with many show cars, the owners were out cleaning as soon as they parked up, but these guys took it to another level with multiple types of cleaners for the interior, exterior and the all-important engine bay. All members know that when you get this many enthusiasts together, they will be looking for little imperfections in each of the cars or unique items, and they'll point them out. No getting away with anything. After only 30 minutes of the show's start, over 60 beautiful examples of this car were on show. And with the drag strip next door, some decided to do a quick run for a laugh, but soon joined the main group. It was quite a turn up, especially with the start of the day being such a letdown. This truly showed the determination of Escort Cosworth owners. The name Cosworth has been regularly associated with Ford over the years, but they have dealt with many different manufacturers. They are even responsible for the engine under the classic drag spec Mercedes-Benz. The main purpose of the Escort Cosworth has always been for it to be a rally car, but it can turn its hand to many different disciplines. Again, Ford knew this, and they built certain cars slightly different. From ones with minimal interior to the Luxe, which comes with all the optional extras and very comfortable leather seats. Not to sound too female, but when these cars were cleaned up and the sun hit them, the colours truly shone through, with the mallard greens, Polaris Greys, Pacifica Blues, Radiant Red Diamond, Black and White. Oh, they were so pretty.
Hello, I'm Mark Barber. I'm the Escort Cosworth Registrar for the RS Owners Club. We're here today to celebrate 20 years of the Escort Cosworth. As you can see, there's a big variation here today, every colour available, and people love these cars. The passion for these Ford motor cars goes back to the rallying days. The Escort Cosworth was one of the best rallying cars ever invented, and still has the same following of people today. As I say, it's 20 years of the Escort Cosworth. Our local community have all clubbed together today to get as many cars together as we can today.
The Escort RS Cosworth has been a trendsetter in the styling world, as the bonnet vents are well renowned and have been used on many modified show cars throughout the world.
These cars do involve a lot of money. People spend the money all the time. Every spare penny they get, they spend on the cars instead of wasting it on football games, etc. They'd rather spend it on the car. From wheels, brakes, engine tuning. Some of these cars here today are 500 brake horsepower. Standard, they were 230 brake horsepower. And the amount of money some people spend can run into thousands, tens of thousands.
The Cosworth YBT engine was based on the Sierra Sapphire four-wheel drive Cosworth unit, bored out to a 90.8mm, a 77mm stroke, and a compression ratio of 8:1. For those of you who understand these stats, you probably understand why this car drinks so much fuel. With assistance of the Garrett T3 T04 factory turbocharger at 0.8 bar, it pushes out 227 brake horsepower and 220 foot-pounds of torque through its four-wheel drive system. You'll also notice as soon as you open the bonnet that the engine actually sits longitudinally rather than the normal transverse setup in all other Escorts. As explained by Mark earlier, these cars have a way of taking all your money, but if you ask any and every single owner, they will tell you it's all worth it. Well, they'll say that until they have a second look at their bank accounts. At least 70% of the owners said that they spent much of their lives dreaming of owning one of these. It's seen to these guys that owning one means they've reached a certain status in life. The Cosworth engine can be upgraded heavily from the standard, and this is a perfect example. And many others have seen over the 800 bhp mark. Nice. There are a large number of car enthusiasts around the world, but as where some talk about how much they love their cars and keep them clean, these guys are on a whole other level. The Ford RS Cosworth owners were happy to be part of this event, but they were even more happy driving their cars home slowly, parking them up, cleaning them, and putting them to bed until the next special event. Sleep tight, Cosworths.
I love Ford, Ford loves me,
As I said, Ford Escort, awesome cars. There were some amazing ones there. Still not quite entirely sure about the rest, but that is Ford Escort's 20th anniversary for you.
Whatever. See you next week.